All right, we are live. So I know it's Saturday, so I'm not sure if anyone's going to be able to hop on live. I hope so, but if not, join me in the replay. I'm just gonna have a sip of my tea here, see if anyone's able to hop on. Oh, it's still hot. Hello to whoever's hopping on. Say hello, let me know you're here so I can see who's here. I'm gonna give it another minute or so and see if anyone else is able to join me live. There's been some messages coming through around expanding and rising to your next level and really understanding how sometimes we sabotage ourselves in that process. So I wanted to share these messages with you, and then hopefully the comments show through and some people are able to join live and I can interact with you. But even if you're catching the replay, say hello, let me know you're here, let me know how this resonates. I always love connecting with you and getting to know you, and I know every day there's new women coming into my world. So I love to see who's here and connect with you. And before we get started, I wanted to let you know too, because this really ties in with my group program that I lead, Desire Queen. And it's all about really expanding your energy to rise to your next level. And so my unique set of skills, my gifts, is that I'm able to really help you see what you haven't been able to see. I'm a channel, so I get intuitive guidance, I connect with your guides, I'm clairaudient, but also really help you be able to see how you're holding yourself back, because we can't heal what we don't see, right? Hello to whoever else is hopping on. And so in that program, what I'm going to be leading a group of women through in that is to really the inner alchemy that it takes to rise to your next level. So it doesn't really matter what you're trying to manifest. If you're looking to take your business to the next level, if you're looking to improve your love life, if you're looking to improve your health or your connection to your own intelligence, any of that, whatever it is, your next level is always going to require a next level of you, and it requires expansion. And so I'll give more details about that at the end, but that's the message that's been coming through a lot. And whoever's on, if you want to say hello, let me know. If you have any questions specifically and you want me to read for you specifically, you can just share out this live and I can pull for you specifically. Otherwise, I'm just going to pull general. And hopefully the comments show up. Yes. Hello, Tina. Welcome. Yay. I'm glad someone's able to catch me live. I know it's Saturday. I didn't really have any expectations, but it's been wanting to come through and I really wanted to get the message out. Welcome. So thanks for joining. So, okay. Expansion and rising to your next level and how we self-sabotage. So what Spirit was saying about this is understanding that we cannot access our next level by remaining the same. And this is actually the self-sabotage aspect of this is how we will create these big dreams and desires. And guys, I am all for big dreams and desires. Like, I love this, right? And we'll want to move quickly, and I'm all for collapsing time. Like, this is the work I do. This is what I lead women through. But we have these big dreams. We have this big vision. We set these really high standards for ourselves. We want things to happen quickly, but then our human keeps us stuck right where we are. We don't actually change a whole lot, right? Or we try to introduce new things, but then we're not clearing out the old stuff. And so it keeps us in this holding pattern. So what the message that was coming through, hello to everyone else hopping on, by the way, feel free to say hello. So the message that was coming through is that a way we self-sabotage ourselves is by creating these big dreams and goals that we don't actually fully believe we can have, and we don't actually do the work right here, right now to fully embody not only that frequency, but also expand our capacity to be able to receive that. So what this can look like sometimes is, oftentimes playing that someday game where you put off your happiness, you put off the positive changes you need to make. You put that off and you come up with whatever excuse you have of why it can't happen now, why you don't feel ready now. And so you're keeping it always out in the future as this thing that never comes. And what Spirit was explaining to me, like way they wanted me to bring this through, so let me know if this is landing, because I know it's for someone, was that understanding that it's not bad to focus on where you're at. So this is like a level of resisting where you're at. And so there's always some deeper emotional healing to do. This is my area of expertise. But it can be in our blind spot and we don't realize. And so we always feel like we're chasing this thing, like never really feeling good enough, never really feeling enough. Always having the story of like, it's not happening, it's not working, but we're not actually mastering where we're at. And we don't want to do that oftentimes because we don't want to accept where we're at because, well, there's two reasons why. The one reason is because you're afraid it's going to continue, but ironically, that's what keeps you continuing right where you are. So the other reason is because deeper is some story typically going on, something that needs to be healed and integrated around, I can't be successful, or I'm not worthy, or I can't hold it. So whatever area you may be feeling like you're spinning your wheels in, or you're like, I see where I want to go. I see these women around me collapsing time, getting amazing results, and I'm just staying where I am. It's an invitation to really fully own where you are and really go all in for yourself and really master your energy of where you're at. And I know for big dreamers, and guys, I can only speak on this because I myself have led myself through this too. When we have big dreams, sometimes we get so used, it's like a energetic pattern that we've imprinted within ourselves. We get so used to the dreams being out there, like this unattainable thing, and we get really used to that vibe. We never actually practice the vibration of like allowing it in now. So the energetic alignment work to get to your next level is going to be around expansion, expanding your capacity to receive, expanding how much you can hold, expanding your mindset and what you believe you're capable and worthy of. And it also has to do with expanding your current moment, really using time as your friend. So the whole reason why we're always where we are is because there's gold in it. And if we were always in this pattern of really resisting where we're at, making up a lot of stories about it, meaning that we're not okay where we are, or we're not enough, or we shouldn't be here, we should have figured it out already, we're missing the gold, and it's actually of self-sabotaging behavior. Hello to everyone else hopping on. Let me know if this is resonating. I'm gonna grab a sip of my tea. So there's so much power in really owning where you're at. And part of expanding your capacity to receive and to hold more is how can you hold this vision you have and really fully own it, right? Like that's a part of this too. Some of us like don't really fully own what we want. So how can you have this big, beautiful vision and hold it and really own it and hold space for where you are at right now? And hold space for the younger versions of yourself that has maybe some healing and integrating to do. We need to be able to hold all of the timelines. We need to be able to hold all of it. And when we are really resisting where we're at, we're keeping ourselves out of our power, because I know you know this, but just a reminder, your power is always in the present moment. We are creating our future based off of what we are choosing to embody right here, right now. And I know this may sound a little redundant, like some of this manifestation stuff, but it's good to have a reminder, because even when we know this intellectually, if we have a pattern going on energetically within our bodies of, I'm never there, I'm never receiving it, no matter what I do, it doesn't happen, or it's just this big thing that's out in the future. If we are holding on to that energetically, it's going to block us from maximizing our time and where we're at. So if you're someone who things have not been moving as quickly as you'd like to, or you're feeling kind of plateaued, what Spirit was having me share with you is that this is actually a gift. Look at the time, like you may have been fighting time, feeling like, why am I still here? Why is this not shifting? Flip that. Look at it and say, wow, I've been gifted this time to work through some of these patterns that maybe I've been holding on to my whole entire life. And this is actually my doorway. This is my portal to freedom. This is my portal to everything I've been asking for. And this, my loves, is the work that I specialize in. This is what I love leading women through, because I love helping you find the magic and the gold right where you're at. I love helping you uncover what's actually going on. Because here's the thing, a lot of times we think we have a reason of what we think, why we think we're stuck, right? But I guarantee you it's never the thing you think it is. There's always something deeper. I know for me along my journey, so I'm someone who experienced a lot of trauma early on. So my pattern, and I see myself do it and I lead myself through it, is I will freeze, right? So we have fight, flight, or freeze. So I will just kind of get in this like frozen mode and not really know how to move forward. And that's a really painful place to be with, especially when you're a visionary. You have big dreams, you have big goals, and you're not willing to go back and play small. It's like, well, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit here and just repeat the story of I'm stuck, it doesn't work, I can't have it? Are you going to do that? Are you going to go back to what you know? Or are you going to learn how to really master your energy and expand to hold the new? Because your new, your next level, you birth it right where you're at. You don't birth it when you're on the other side. You birth it right here, right now, in your now moment. So all of your power is in the now. And there's always so much to uncover and discover. There's so much where we can really choose to embody more, even when current conditions don't look the way we want. Even when things look like they're not working, we get to keep choosing, right? This is a choice, how we choose to show up, what we choose to believe, what kinds of emotions we're choosing to feel, what stories we're telling ourselves, the actions we allow or don't allow ourselves to take. And it really takes coming back to the basics. So oftentimes with manifestation, we can get really intellectual about it, right? We can study, learn all the things. Give me some hearts if you're someone who does that. I've definitely been guilty of this, where you just learn, but then never actually implement the basics, and then like watch other people around you getting to where they want to be. And like, I know so much, why is it not working? And so when we find ourselves in these ruts and these patterns, it's always an opportunity to go back to basics. And one of the basics that's always very powerful to return to is really understanding like and accepting I'm an energetic being. So I am generating my experience, and I am attracting and experiencing based off of the consciousness I'm choosing to hold. And another basic that I like to go back to is understanding that the natural flow of the universe, our natural state, is abundant and always expanding. So feeling stuck, feeling stagnant is like you fighting the natural flow. And I know this can seem kind of counterintuitive when you're someone who has really big dreams and you're like setting these big goals. But why that's actually a self-sabotage is that we are so in our future that we're not actually being present in our now and doing the work that needs to be done right now. And we overlook it and we think it's too simple. We make it more complicated than it needs to be. And there's a lot to be said for the power that's within just being really present and really accepting where you're at and really getting creative and tapping into that inner wellspring of abundance and infinite intelligence within you of like, how can I get creative here? How can I move forward? What, if I'm honest with myself, what have I been slacking on right now? Like really aligning with that next level right here, right now, because that's how you bring it in. And oftentimes because we have big dreams, we feel like being where we're at is not okay. And we feel like that's playing too small. And we're like, no, I need to dream bigger. I need to have bigger. And it's like, yes, you can have that, but you also need to be able to hold where you're at too and really take radical responsibility for it. So I'd love to know how that resonates. That was what was coming through. I'm going to pull some cards. If anyone wants me to pull for them specifically, you can just share this video out and then let me know you've shared it. And if not, just stick around because I'll do pull a general and see any other messages that want to come through. And yeah, so my group program, Desire Queen, is where I really lead you through this. So I work with women who have big dreams, who want to go fast, who really understand that they and they alone are responsible for what's showing up and what they create. And they are looking to be very intentional with their energy. They're looking to really level up, and they understand that they have to level up first, right where they are, before the next level can drop in the physical. And so I lead you through this beautiful, powerful inner alchemy to really become the woman who receives it all, because you absolutely can have it all. this is the message I will say till the day I die. You can have it all. You are an infinite being. And things can happen quickly. You can collapse time. But the way out is through. We don't collapse time by projecting things into our future. We collapse time by pulling our future into our now, regardless of what's going on around. And it takes a lot of inner discipline, right? It takes really being willing to own where we're at and really master it. It takes being willing to look at what's going on underneath this. Like, why am I, if I'm stuck in that freeze mode, or if I'm stuck in constant anxiety, like what's actually going on under the surface there? And that's what I'm really good at helping you see, and then helping you alchemize it and heal it, simultaneously creating the version of you that you desire to be right here in your now. So there's a lot of this inner work. Let me read this comment. Inner discipline is not easy. Yeah, Tina, it's not. And it took me a really long time. And I love working with women and being able to support women. And like, basically, you know, when you get into my world, I'm able to give you all of the lessons that took me my whole life to learn. I love helping you collapse time in that way, because this stuff actually doesn't need to take a long time. The funny thing is, like, when you actually sit down and do the work, like, you sometimes wonder, what was I hiding from? Why was I running away from this? This isn't as scary as I thought it was. And once you see it, you can shift it really quickly. So like, it's really beautiful to be able to offer that and help women see what they haven't been able to see, because we all have our blind spots, right? So I really love working with women in all the ways, right? There's always going to be action you need to take. I'm very big on action, but not like the forceful masculine action. It's like the healthy masculine, in the sense of having a plan, showing up for ourselves, being consistent, right? And the discipline there, because self-discipline is one of the best forms of self-love. But also the feminine, with really tapping into what feels correct for you. How do you want to feel? Making this a joyful, beautiful process, bringing the love and the healing that's needed. And tapping into your intuition. That's another thing I'm really good at leading women through, to really reconnect with the deepest part of you, because that is invaluable, my loves. Each and every one of us have access to infinite intelligence. We each have our own unique blueprint for success. This is coming from someone who has worked with so many coaches telling me to do things a certain way. And it almost took me like making several like very not wise investments to be like, you know what? I'm a visionary. I'm never going to follow someone's formula. So I don't know why I keep signing up for these courses that are telling me I need to do X, Y, Z in my business. Like, I'm going to do it my way. So I need to actually get myself behind what is my way and actually do it. Does that resonate with anyone? And again, that's that freeze pattern for me, right? So I've always been very like, this is one of the things I loved about me when I was a child. I was always like determined and always very strong-willed. I always knew exactly what I wanted. And I developed this pattern though, because I was like, grew up in a very controlling family, where it was like, anytime I wanted to go after what I wanted and I spoke my truth, it was like punished and shamed. So as an adult, this was playing out in a really toxic way for me, of like, I would know what I want, but then not feel able to go get it, right? And then I would look at the ways people were telling me to be and really rejecting that too. But what it was doing was, it was like this split energy, this push-pull energy, was keeping me stuck right where I was. So it was like, I had to empower myself to reach really deep within myself and say, I'm going to do this. I trust that I'm made for success. I trust my heart. I trust that I get to create a life I really love in a way that's really authentic and natural to me. But it is going to take some self-discipline, because I need to unlearn some of these unhelpful patterns. Does that make sense? So yeah, that's what's wanting to come through. I'm going to pull a card from Work Your Light. And yeah, so that's the work we're going to be doing in Desire Queen. I'm really excited about it. I am offering, oh, I forgot to mention this. I am offering a special for anyone who wants to sign up. Now, if you want to either pay in full or put a deposit down, you'll get access to my self-paced program, Emotional Rehab. This is like one of my favorite courses I've created. Is the self-study course. You get lifetime access. I really lead you through a lot of this emotional intelligence to really help clear trauma patterns. So if you're someone who knows you would benefit from that, and you're interested in being in Desire Queen, I'm running that for like, I want to say like about a week. Oh, my light turned off. Hang on, let me turn it back on. I just got this. ring light and it turned off, and I have no idea why it turned off. That's okay. You guys can still see me. So I'm offering that. If you sign up within the next week, if you know you want to like reserve your spot, you'll also get that as a bonus. And that's whether you pay in full or do a payment plan. You'll get access to emotional rehab, because that's going to be a really amazing program for you to start working on, kind of as like a pre-work, and really start expanding and healing and being activated before we go in, because the work is deep in Desire Queen. And so if this is speaking to you and you're a woman who leads herself, and you're a woman who's really ready to master your energy and take full responsibility and like go do the healing work and pull your next level, like give yourself permission to pull that into your now, that is for you. It got really dark. Hang on. Can you guys still see me okay? I'm just gonna leave it. I don't know why the light went off and now it got dark, but that's okay. I'm gonna pull a card. And I do have one space open for private mentoring as well. And what else? My private mentoring clients get access to all of my self-paced programs and any more that I create during the time you're working with me. I have like a semi-private mentoring where you get 2 calls a month with me, and then you're in a beautiful group Voxer support. I have Voxer support with all of my mentoring, because this is what's really crucial in helping you shift quickly, because stuff comes up, and every time you go to, oh, I see the thumbs up. Is that about the lighting? Yeah, I'm like normally would face the window, but I was like, I have my ring light now, I can face here, but I don't want to move the whole setup. Because every time you go to your next level, every time you choose to expand and grow, all the stuff that you cannot take with you is going to come up. And it's going to look scary. It's not easy to do it on your own. And sometimes it can be really confusing when we're in the thick of it to even like recognize fully what's going on. Our systems can just get really overwhelmed. And so I really love supporting women in that way too. So in the group Voxer is epic as well, because one, you see you're not alone with the stuff that's going on, and you just, oh, it's beautiful. It's very healing. Okay, let me pull a card here, see what wants to come through. This is the Work Your Light Oracle deck. I love this one. 2. You are already doing it. Birthing a new age. I fucking love it. So the message that's coming through, it says, okay, so you're already doing it says, stop overthinking it, keep facing your true north. And then birthing a new age says, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. It's really like we were talking about, right? I think I said earlier, we birth, our next level gets birthed through us right here, right where we're at. And there are times where when we're doing that, our mind will want to get really in our minds, and that will keep us stuck. So this, you're already doing it, stop overthinking, keep facing your true north, is like, don't get in that freeze pattern like we're talking about today. You're dreaming a new world into being is going to require you to tap into another version of yourself. There are going to be things that need to be alchemized. There are going to be things that need to be released. And there are going to be new things within you that need to be activated in order to do that. So keep going. When you have big dreams on your heart, quitting's just not an option. Doing things other people's way is just not an option. And you will find that every time you try to do that, it doesn't work. I found that along my journey. Every time I tried to have like a normal job, I couldn't keep it. I couldn't do it. Like I just couldn't do it. But then I stayed stuck for a long time feeling like I couldn't step into my soul work and be supported in that. So I kept myself really miserable, like torn between these two worlds. And this was what I had to do, really do the alignment work to really give myself permission to step into it. And nothing will initiate you more than your soul work. That, I think I talked about that the other day on one of the lives. I'm not sure which one. And right now, what's going on the planet is many of us, women specifically, are being called to step into service, into our soul work. And leading others really starts with leading ourselves. And that's not something that's ever done. The women I work with already lead themselves. They keep going. And once you're on this journey, you want support, right? Because you want to collapse time. You don't want to do it the long way, the hard way, because not only is that painful for you, but the more quickly you're able to transform and move through things, you're also able to show up for others in a more powerful way and help them do the same. And that's what I love about this industry and what's been happening with this industry, with all these women stepping into their purposes. We each have our own unique medicine. We each have our own lifetime of experiences, and us all coming together and offering our beautiful medicine and healing to the world is like, oh my gosh, we are just stepping into new levels of wholeness and integrating at warp speed, and women all around are collapsing time. It's really beautiful. It makes me really happy, and I'm really honored to do this work. And I'm really happy to connect with you guys today. I'm glad some of you were able to join live. And if you're catching the replay, say hello. Let me know you were here. Let me know how this resonated. If you would like information about Desire Queen or any of my self-paced programs or mentoring one-on-one with me, just send me a DM. You can comment below. It's also linked in my bio, but send me a DM. I like connecting with you. I like getting to know you, answer any questions you have. So I'm sending you lots of love. Enjoy your weekend. It's a little bit like fall here, so I've been enjoying the slightly crisper weather in California. I don't know if it will last. So I'm gonna go get outside, and so I'm just sending you lots of love. Go do something fun. Go take care of yourself, and I will connect with you soon. Bye.